Hello nerds, welcome to Team Fortress TV. Yes, that's right, I have risen from the dead being playing in an awful team in high, to bring you tonight the lower bracket, is it lower bracket final or round one? I think it's round one. I think there's only two. Lower bracket final.
Well, I don't know, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's, oh, I don't know. Anyway, it's a part of the playoffs for season 27. You're probably wondering, is one cast in the season enough for me to be voted the caster of the season? I say yes. Don't forget to make your votes. And we will be casting tonight Arctic Foxes versus Lego.
Yeah, this should be an absolute cracker of a game. It is the semi-final. The winner of this should be playing against Low Panda in the lower bracket final. So this is do or die time. This is where they have to really get their shit together, otherwise they're out of the season. And should be very interesting to see because Lego, they had a really nice showing against 7, and now they did that with a very different roster. Now they're kind of back to their regular roster that they used for the season. So it should be interesting to see if that's an advantage or a disadvantage. But I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, it's going to be very difficult to get a decision on this game. Like, this is the first time that these two teams have played each other in an ETF2L season, I believe, because their previous official that was meant to be played ended up in a default win for Lego. So, I mean, unless we're going to go by that result, then Lego have the clear advantage here based on that default win. So whether or not they can wrangle out another default win in the next 10 minutes or so, that'll be certainly an interesting feat. Anything can happen. They can certainly bend the rules in some way to their favour to clasp that win without having to even join the server.
Yeah, let's look at some reports here to look at Lego's team that they will try to secure that default win with. I'm sure that it's all just Arctic Foxes being scared to actually play the superior force that is Lego. But no, Lego, this is the team that they used during the season, and I believe they have the full roster here. I checked up on it earlier, and that seemed to be the case. So on Medic, we have Dr. Phil. He's moved on from his trusty Demo Man, and he's moved on to Medic. And now they have Domo on Demo Man, and then they have Josh on Pocket. One of the best calling pockets in Europe. He's a very aggressive playstyle. You can kind of tell by his average depth. It's pretty high. And then on Scout, Pocket Scout, we have Yippee, or Upu, or I think it's just Yippee. And then Potato is the aggressive Scout, and Potato has definitely become better and better as the season has progressed. And then on Roamer, probably one of the best roamers in Europe is Demul. He's had a very, very good season, in my opinion, and he's actually been showing better showings than Josh in a lot of games. So, very impressive game from him overall throughout the entire season.
And obviously your opinion on this team is in no way biased in any way, shape,
in no way, shape, or form.
Yep. Yeah, I think, well, I had like the two teams sort of put head to head. I got a piece of paper and I scrawled out all the numbers that I could think of in my head, like number 5 and 9. And I kind of give the advantage to Arctic Foxes though, and in the long run, on sort of player ability. They've seemed to have a little bit more, I feel. I mean, Lego are obviously decent. They have probably the superior soldier combo, I'd say. Yeah. Like, they're very, very, very good soldier duo. Arctic Foxes obviously consist of, as far as I know this evening, we have Raptor and Medic. It's Ali playing Demoman, as far as I know, Feeling and DD5F playing Soldier, and Maris and Tiger on Scouts, and using the DM matching style, I think these guys are a bit better.
Alright, so let's open up. We have a kind of a comparison, team comparison here. So, like, what advantages do you say Arctic Foxes have over Lego? Like, what makes you think that they're the better team?
I'd say they have pretty much the Medic advantage, the Demo Man advantage if Ali is playing, the Scout advantage as well, because you've got Tiger who'll be playing Pocket Scout, and he is quite the dominant DM man, you know, and that's the sort of thing that I think will possibly give them the advantage in the long run on this. I mean, yeah. If he's playing well and he works well with Feeling, and Feeling lets him spread Tiger's metaphorical wings, even though he's a tiger, I reckon he could most certainly pound.
Yeah, Tiger's definitely had like an absolutely beast season. He's probably going to be up there as being mentioned as scout of the season, but we probably need to finish the season quite before we start talking about that. But let's go through some head-to-head reports here. You mentioned the medic advantage. So you obviously think that the Raptor is better than Dr. Phil. And I don't know, I'm not sure I would agree with that one. And again, I'm totally not biased in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, Dr. Phil is a pretty, I don't want to say passive medic, but he's very, very good at getting out alive. And he tends to like really excel with his survivability and just cranking out a ton of heals. But what is it about Raptor that you think favors him?
I think he's better in terms of survivability. I mean, he'd be probably, and I would expect, he's sort of like maybe more similar to Raymond in terms of like technical skill. Raptor's very good. I think the only thing that sort of really holds him down is that he tries to push the boundaries a little bit too much. He doesn't really sort of he pushes the limits a little bit too far to the point that he'll drop an Uber when he probably doesn't need to. So that's the only sort of maybe risky part about him. But I feel like his mechanics in sort of, you know, surfing, getting out of some of the, you know, just situations where he just should not be alive. There's been many times when he has been able to hit like a mad surf, and by all intents and purposes, he shouldn't be alive. He should just be kill binding right now because he should not be there. And I think that's sort of like something that could probably cause Demul and Josh a problem, is if they, you know, get onto him. And well, he's going to be protected by good scouts as well. But I feel like Raptor has the really good survivability. But yeah, I mean, I guess the advantage for Dr. Phil is that he does pump out more heals, and he does sort of like stick to and knows the limits more of the class, I guess, despite his shorter time on it.
I think Raptor, like the thing I always notice is that I think he, you know, you mentioned pushing boundaries, and I think he oftentimes, like, he tries to do too much. Like he tries to arrow all the time, where like he could just be healing people and get like a higher heal per minute. He'll try to go for crazy surfs and get like really clutch arrows, and sometimes that makes for really huge plays. But like over like a long stretch of time, like 30 minutes of a map, I think Dr. Phil is the much more stable medic.
Yeah, it just depends on like how the game goes, because that's the thing. Like, because he's always sort of like pushing these limits, there could be a case where it's going to end up backfiring, like he's going to end up dropping, or like losing too many players, or losing a player because he decided to arrow instead of heal and stuff like that. And it's sort of like in comparison to another medic, which is Raymond. Like obviously Raymond has this sort of, I feel, down to a T, where he has that and he knows the limits between the two of being like a flashy player, hitting arrows as well, and sort of just knowing it a little bit more. But Raptor just hasn't sort of really got that more finer balance that makes Raymond a lot better. So I guess that stability that Dr. Phil brings could possibly be an advantage, but it just depends on how the game goes.
Yeah, indeed. So moving on, we're going to be looking at Josh versus Feeling. This is this is a pretty interesting one. I'd say I think we both agree that Lego probably have like the advantage in the soldier department, but this is still pretty close, I feel like, because the way these two guys play is very different. I'd say Feeling is a very passive pocket. Like he kind of walks around, just to kind of put it a little bit square. Like he walks around, then he shoots the ground, and like he hits a lot of really nice rockets, and then
he runs shotgun a lot as well, which is sort of like the case of, you know, he doesn't plan to jump, and you know, Josh has got a very sort of loose pocket style where he will make space, you know, for his team. He'll work quite a bit with Demul and sort of just, you know, make a lot of ground up. Whereas, yeah, Feeling sort of like the guy that will always lead the Ubers and stuff like that, and always be, he's like an old school pocket soldier kind of thing. Yeah, like always sort of very latched on.
Yeah, it's kind of the old Hawks style almost. Yeah, but yeah, you can definitely see like Jossie has 18 deaths to 13, so 5 more deaths, and then he has 1 more kill, and then actually does slightly less damage, but he almost gets more heals. So I think you'd favor Feeling a little bit here in these stats, but you also don't see in the stats like all the attention that Josh kind of sucks to him when he jumps forward. The
only sort of advantage that the only reason why I think Josh has the advantage as well is because Tiger is going to take up a lot of heals on Scout. Like he's, you know, very known to sort of want to lead Ubers and stuff as Scout, because he's got the DM to do that, which I don't think will necessarily work well with Feelings so much. Like, I feel Feelings like very comfortable and cooling when he's leading the pushes and being the somewhat like a bit more of a focus of the team, whereas Tiger might sort of take that away from him a bit too much. So it's whether or not they have that balance. And I feel like Josh has his role set out in Lego a lot more. Like, they know what to expect for him and they play, you know, with him and stuff like that. So I feel like there isn't really a clash of styles in the team of Lego, whereas there is maybe in Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I brought up Potato versus Tiger, and there's a little bit misrepresenting it here, because I don't think Potato is the pocket scout. That's Yippee. So, you know, obviously Tiger will get more heals, but I think the big stat here is obviously the damage per minute, which is 328 on average.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane for a scout. Like, a scout, you know, for example, on average, I would say maybe he would hit around about 200 DPM and stuff like that. You know, it would be around about that mark. But for him to get 328, that's like Demo Man DPM or Pocket Soldier DPM, and that would be, you know, like over like a full 30-minute close game, you'd still wouldn't be even looking at like 300 DPM on quite a few classes. So to do that is just, it's nutty.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. Oh, sorry, Degu, I didn't hear that.
We have maps.
Oh, we have maps. Okay. We don't have a graphic for that, do we?
We can all use, if everybody at home close their eyes, we're going to use our imagination. Come with us, please, as we dwell into the map picks. And they are, the first map is Product, second map is Snake Water, and the third, if it is needed, is Process.
That's I think that that's a wide variety of maps, and I think it's the first time we. No, it's not the first time we see Product, but I think it's the first time Lego has played Product. I feel like. Oh, did they play that against 7 too?
Like for their the previous games, so the games that these teams have both played, it was Arctic Foxes played Low Panda, in which they lost. Obviously, they lost 3-1 on Gullywash. They won Reckoner 3-2 on a Golden Cap, and they lost Badlands 3-2. Lego against 7, it was Granary was the first map, which 7-1, 2-1. Process went Lego's way 2-1, and they got rolled 5-0 on Snake Water. Interestingly, obviously on their last maps, they completely played different maps altogether. So this, using the history of these maps played previous, it could maybe, if it goes to a third map, it could go Lego's way.
Yeah, I would actually give. I think these maps are overall pretty bad for Lego. I think this whole map selection went pretty poorly for Lego.
Yeah, this Product is that's a very scout-heavy map. That could be absolutely dominated by Tiger and Maris, I think. Snake Water, I think, is possibly, I think is definitely going to be Lego's map, because playing against Josh and Demul on this map, they're very, very, very good on middles. They can disrupt so much. And Process, I think, again, I feel like Lego could, I feel like that's going to be close. I can't really decide.
Yeah. Process is kind of a wild card, I think. I think overall it doesn't really favor Lego style that much. But I also don't think that the Arctic Foxes is a particularly slow team. So I don't feel like we have this huge dichotomy, different between the two.
Yeah, it doesn't favor one way, one team or the other. It's because I think even Process, even though it's sort of good for scouts, it's not good for aggressive scouts so much that they'll be more likely to have.
Yeah, lots of chokes.
Yeah, but there's also at the same time, it's kind of like a more soldier and roamer orientated map. So Arctic Foxes normally have quite a grounded pocket soldier and feeling, so it does depend. I mean, obviously, Ali as well would be really, really good on this map. So I kind of feel like I've neglected the demo men a bit too much, but that might be because Ali is going to pound.
Yeah, Doma's had a really good season, it should be mentioned.
Yeah, but Ali's going to pound.
Yeah, probably. That seems like a safe bet. I think we should also talk about, now that we are here on Product, I think we should talk about snipers. And Maris versus Demul, that should be a very good matchup. I think they're pretty evenly matched up. I think the biggest difference here is that the Lego, they can put their roamer on Sniper, whereas Arctic Foxes, they will be using Maros, the Scout. So if they want to have 2 Scouts and a Sniper, they're going to have to put like feeling on Scout or something. So that's better for LEGO in that regard, I'd say.
Yeah, it definitely favours them with Demol going Sniper instead, because it's kind of critical they have 2 Scouts on this map. And it's obviously been quite common in previous years that whenever you have like a full-time Scout that goes Sniper, you would at least then have one of your soldiers to go Scout, which I don't really think is either Feelings or DD5S's. You know, they're not very good. Like, they've never sort of shown the ability to play Scout.
Yeah, I think I've seen Feeling play some Scout where he was okay. I think he has the better aim of him and DD5F, but you know, no, they're definitely not Scout mains by any stretch of the imagination, unless they're like Tiger, where they can just like randomly kill everything all of a sudden. Yeah,
I think one of the first teams that would start this was Immunity, where you'd have Yuki that would go Scout when Sheepy would play Sniper on this map, and it's like Yuki has the like really good aim to sort of carry that over to Scout, so it's like. Yeah, I'm not sure Feeling has the sort of, I don't know, his aim's a bit, I don't think it carries over to Scout as well. So it's going to be difficult. I hope, though, that Arctic Foxes do keep their 2 Scouts instead of having Maros go Sniper, because I feel like if they do, they'll absolutely destroy and pound on this map.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope you're wrong. I do think this could be a very dangerous map for LEGO just because of the whole Scout factor in there. Maris and Tiger are arguably 2 of the best Scouts in the entire league, and if LEGO can't overcome that, they're going to be in a lot of trouble, and the soldier impact on product can be very limited. We've seen Josh have some pretty decent games on product in the regular season. It's always very difficult. If a Scout wants to shut down a soldier, like they're always on a slope or on like a small thing they can jump off of. So it's very difficult to actually deal with. Yeah,
it's very hard on soldier in this map. It can be so soul destroying as well, because you'll just jump in from any direction, doing anything you possibly can to either not get body shot by a sniper, or just get meat shot by a Scout. So it's like no matter what you do, you're literally going to receive meat in one way, shape or form, be it in the head, in the body, or through the rectal passage, as I like to enjoy. We are currently doing, and I was looking at the chat, we're doing the standard server shuffle, because once again we have to play and start with LEGO server, which everybody knows is awful, but LEGO always adamant that you must play.
There's like cool binds on it, you know. Like
nobody,
you Denmark winner, and then
nobody
cool
gives a shit though, Peter. It's just really stupid. It's like, hey, play on this server. Can we use ours, please? And then they immediately go, no. What's wrong with this server? You're pink, fine. Send me a screenshot of your net graph so I can see if you've got loss or choke. Yeah, that's the sort of that's what happens with LEGO on their server. It's like their baby for some reason. But yeah, we are changing servers, so we're gonna have to have a small delay. It wouldn't be Prem without a delay.
Yeah, like they started 15 minutes later just to make sure they could get all their PCWs out of the way, and then they're still late.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that when you have your PCWs before an official, that you have a good 45-minute break from those strenuous PCWs. Maybe, you know, have some dinner, walk your dog, do whatever you need to do before you carry on playing TF2.
Indeed. Would it be the first time that this has ever begun this late? No, this is pretty normal, unfortunately. You know, yeah. I thought, when I started out in like Div 6, I thought like the higher I would get up, the more serious people would get, and like the more on time they would be. Turns out it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
All the people
well, I think that's because when you're in lower divisions though, there's more people and more teams. So it's like, I remember like being in Div 6, and it's like if you wanted to find a team and you had all your team online, it could be like 5 in the afternoon, and you just go onto tf.wars, and then instantly you can just search low on now, get some Russian mix straight away, you know.
Yeah.
But when you're Prem, you kind of like, you can't play these Russian mixes. You've got to play like the same teams, and it's like everybody in every team just seems to have some sort of like commitment. It's like, oh, this guy's asleep. Oh, our last is walking his dog. Oh, we don't know where our last is. He's on snooze. But yeah, it's just Yeah, I would love for one day to, you know, have your scrims start on time, matches start on time.
I think the problem is that they have too much confidence in them. Like, they know they're good. They don't need to prove it. They don't need to improve. Like, when you're in open, you need to improve really hard. So you need to try super hard every time.
Yeah, you practice
you need to
all
get
the
better
time as well, yeah.
And then you're just really incentivized to actually show up.
It's like, they think they're like rock stars, you know? They're like, yeah, I don't need to practice. I don't need to show up, guys. Come on. Look at me.
Like, these days, Mike would not even play MG because he just knows he's the best, right?
Yeah, exactly. But when you're a youngster, you're keen. You know, you've got it in you. Like, I remember playing MG like all the time during the day. I was like, I gotta get good. I gotta be the best. It's like now, like, I don't need that anymore. All these new people that play MG, they're just bad. They have to sit on the fence all the time and bad on Spire. They're not good like I used to be.
Oh man, I don't like Badlands Spire for that exact reason. It's like, yeah, you know, I don't see that people do that in games, right? Because people want to cap the point, and you can't do that up there. So it almost never happens. It's only.
But to be honest, like, when, you know what I always find weird is, like, obviously on Spire, sometimes when you do play against people that aren't nobends, they sort of let you jump and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, it's like a gentleman's agreement, but. Like, I always do it, but as soon as I'm in game and I see somebody walking out onto, like, Stonebridge, I just spam them straight away, like, if it's in a match. I was like, nah, mate, I ain't gonna let you get up here so I can double airshot you. I'm gonna shoot you whilst you're on the floor so you can't get up here in the first place.
Yeah, like, you spam them down and then you pull out your shotgun and you just, like, shoot them down like a scout.
Oh, you know, do you remember Harry Hook?
Yeah.
He, on one of the old MG servers on Badlands Spire, all he would do was shotgun, and that is it. And every single time you spawned, he would just, as soon as you spawned, he'd just look at you and start shotgunning you, even before you thought about jumping. And it was the worst thing in the whole world.
And that guy was like the best at like ulti-duo and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Like, how many different tournaments did he win, right?
He's such a bellend. It was annoying, and it's like everybody would just sort of like abuse him in chat. Like, all the Russians would say, "Oh, your mum's a whore" and all that lot, but he just sit there stone faced and ignore it and carry on his vendetta to shotgun everybody on MG on Badlands Spire.
I wonder what the equivalent is in Overwatch, which he plays right now.
I don't think you can. There's a hero in that game where you can just do that, is there? Like, that you actually have to aim?
I thought you could do it with all of them. So
well, like, aim.
Yeah, like, do something lame so you don't have to aim. Or
that's like everything in that game, though, isn't it, really?
Exactly.
I don't think there is, like, a real equivalent. Because on MG Shotgun, you actually have to aim properly and track really well, but I don't think you ever need to do that in Overwatch, to be honest. But it wouldn't be a TF2 cast without us shitting on Overwatch.
Exactly. It's different and therefore bad.
It's like that, what is it, the thing that guy made about Hitler on the internet, where the longer an argument on the internet goes on, the more likely the chance that it will reference Hitler. That's like TF2 and Overwatch. Yeah, the longer that a discussion happens about TF2, the more likely the chances are that it will move to Overwatch.
Yeah, it's almost nothing we can do to stop it these days, not even from ourselves.
Well, we need to call that the WARHURYEAH law. So someone start making a Wikipedia page for that, and make sure that you link my website into that as well.
We should call it the Chrissy P law. That sounds
no, because then that doesn't help my online brand.
Ah, right. Gotta brand it.
Yeah, you gotta make sure I have my exposure as a brand.
Yeah. Would you say that Lego's brand is smart? Like, they've had the same team name for so long, but at the same time, there's another entity in the world called Lego.
I don't think we can technically call it a brand, nor can they, because if they do, they'll probably get a lawsuit from Lego itself.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get nasty.
Yeah, so I don't think we can, to be honest. But I guess they don't really have a brand. They're just known for having a really shit server that they make everybody play on.
It's a good server. Like,
that's what I make everybody. Well, that's what I think everybody thinks of them.
Like, how can you play on a server where when you flip your binds, you don't get like a national flag? I don't get it. Like, why would you play on such a server when you can play on a server that gives you a nice flag whenever you spam your binds?
I guess so, but at the end of the day, I'd much prefer to play on a server that isn't bad. It's like, oh, I can eat this delicious meal that looks amazing, but it tastes like shit. or I can have this delicious meal that is delicious. You know, you go for the one that doesn't taste like shit, which is Lego Server.
I'm going to go
same
I'm going to say I don't follow.
Well, they're still both servers, aren't they? They still do the same thing. The difference is one of them does the thing you want it to well, and the other one doesn't, and it tastes like shit. That's Lego Server. Alright, makes perfect sense. Shut up.
I have no idea
we've got
this much hate for Lego Server.
Well, it's like the arguments that everybody has, and it happens all the time. Anyway, there's 12 players on the server, which is the required amount to start an ETF2L game. And I heard the whoosh of somebody readying up.
Oh,
but I also haven't received a 90-second warning yet, so I might have gotten a bit excited and sat up in my chair. Let's talk about servers.
Now, how about you give us your bold prediction as to how you think this map is going to play out? Like, who would you favor?
I reckon it's going to be 3-1 to Arctic Foxes in this map.
Alright, well I will just counter your negativity with positivity for Lego and say that they're going to win.
Oh no, you can't do that just because I chose the other team. You have to go with what you actually think it's going to be. Not just because it's negative. You asked me for a prediction, I gave you a proper one.
Yeah,
what do you really think?
I'm thinking, who picked this map? It has to be Lego, right?
I don't know. Yeah, see,
it was Arctic Foxes. Alright. Well, in that case, I will favor them and say probably going to be 3-2 in favor of Arctic Foxes. That would be like a pretty solid guess, I'd say.
It just depends. I think like what it kind of pins on is how, you know, if the scouts from Arctic Foxes pound, and if they do, how Lego respond to it. Like I'd imagine that Demore might be sniping from the start, but if not, it's like how do they respond and deal with the two heavily pounding scouts? Right.
What's your opinion on going scout to middle on this map? Because that's often what you'd see from a lot of teams, but having your Roma do that takes off a lot of pressure, right?
Oh, you mean like having two scouts instead of...
Yeah, two scouts and a sniper to mid.
I think it's difficult to do it at the start. I kind of feel like you want to just run a default setup just to get a feel as to what's happening. And then sort of like go on from there. I always sort of think playing out mids is best with the whole lineup because then you can get aggression, win the mid, and then swap out afterwards. So yeah, I prefer to not do it if I'm honest.
Yeah, but we have received a
2 scouts, warning. 1 soldier as well is definitely what you have to do if you're running a sniper.
Yeah, that seems to have. I don't want to say it's been solved, but it's been pretty much been agreed on that is the best way to do this. But we received a 90-second warning like a minute ago, so we are about to go live here. It's going to be the lower bracket semi-final. The winner of this matchup will go on to face Low Panda in the loser bracket grand final thingy, and then the winner of that will move on to play against 7 in the grand finals. And the loser is just out. It's over. Like season done for. So yeah, a lot on the line here.
Also, one thing that might be worth noting, I don't think Arctic Foxes didn't really have a good warm-up. They were without Ali, and they were without Raptor. Whereas Lego actually, I believe, had a proper rollout warm-up with a Mookie mix. So that might be a factor.
Yeah, I could definitely have something to say about it. Looks like so far Demure is still on Soldier, and he's going to continue to be there. So no sniper to mid.
Oh, Maris is going to sniper.
Oh, okay, so 1 sniper to mid. That's interesting. So presumably Lego's going to be the more aggressive team right now. And we will see. So far they haven't made a move, but here comes the first Soldier. Bombs in very aggressively, gets taken down immediately by DD and Marosh. And but Lego, they are continuing to move forward here. Josh is very far in. Oh, sorry, that was Demure, and he has gone down as well. Lego, they have the positioning right now, but they're 1 man down, and this could very much collapse, and it looks like they have backed up.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to be seeing like maybe Tiger play more of a pocket roll. He's going to be moving forward. He's going to get his spaghetti out and throw it already. So Feeling is on to Dr. Phil. But he isn't able to collect on the final rocket, and it was so close. I think it was like 15 HP, so he's lucky to get it in the end. And they do actually have an advantage. It looks like, again, the healing thing that we spoke at the very start is a factor. Maros does make himself known by getting a crisp headshot onto Josh. It looks like this might be sort of just a case to try and get onto the point, but in doing so, they've lost 3 gamers.
Yeah, Lego, they got that without using the Uber. That's pretty good overall. They did lose a bunch of players, so that's definitely a negative. So they're going to have to give up the point immediately after here. But
They've got 12 seconds, though.
Sick.
And Viaduct is all about the seconds.
Yeah, Lego, they're going to come in once again here. Domo's going to lead the charge, just moving forward very aggressively in here. He gets the Uber. Oh, wow. My God, he takes down Raptor and Ellie. That's so huge. Crazy good Uber coming out from Domo. He has already been pounding so far, and that's going to be a very solid push.
Yeah, that's maybe the Raptor pushing it or a bit too far with trying to sort of milk the Uber a bit. Dropping the Uber and a nice pipe on Ali at the end as well. They're going for a forward hold. Domo is alone on the left side. There doesn't seem to be anybody else with him, so he is going to back out. But he gets some damage and enough onto Feeling, which is followed up and helped by, I think it was Josh. No, it was Demul that sort of went in to help him there. So everybody again on the Arctic Fox's side. They're all pretty much on the right side. They have no flank. It's completely open, but nobody on Lego looks like to be exploiting that just yet. Maris is starting to move a little bit more forward, taking a little peek under the cliff. Is he going to get any meat or fat headshots? He's 20. Oh, he's incredibly weak. He's going to scope in to see if he can get onto a dome or two. And
that works. That works.
Yeah, that
takes
does.
Down the medic there with a body shot. That counts every bit as much. And then this scout as well hits him with a nice headshot. Domo's in very aggressively up there, but no, gets taken down as well. Really big play there by Marish. And he also hurt Demul very early on. So the flank was basically dead from Lego. He was super passive and not really moving forward at all. So it's very good work there being put in by Marish. And
this might be the part where Demul's going to start thinking, should I counter snipe? Because Marish has sort of made himself known, but Demul is deciding to stay onto the soldier here. I kind of feel like maybe he should try sniper because he is pretty decent at it, but obviously the round is not over. There's still many more rounds to possibly go.
Very aggressive jump in there from Demo Man and Soldier and everything. Domo has just gone down, but Medic, so weak. Just barely manages to not die there. Raptor with the great survival. That was just a full-on suicide wave there from Lego. They're building in spawn with their Medic. And, we were talking, to go on a little bit of a different tangent here, we were talking about Feeling earlier in the pregame about how he's probably not the best scout. But he's playing scout right now, so we will see whether or not we're right. Lego, they're pushing the demo side. Oh my God, they're pushing so aggressively. Josh takes down them, and there we go. Takes down 2 while pushing out, so cliff side is completely open now for Lego, and they're going to move forward.
Yeah, there's no pressure on the sniper at all just at the moment. Maros takes out Dr. Phil with a body shot. That's all you need. Takes out Domo as well, so that is 2 frags from him. Again, he's really sort of causing a bit of problems because that's the... Did Dr. Phil have Uber the previous time? I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so that's 2 drops to his sniper. Demul does take out Maris in return. Probably sweet vengeance for his medic. But I'm going to have to say Demul's going to need to swap out into sniper and take Maris in the head-on joust.
Yeah. Looks like Lego, they're moving forward here. They have lower respawn times, but they're just going to abuse that as much as possible by going forward. It was basically even, but they have faster spawns, so they're just going to keep on moving on it, and they get down Tiger, so that's a big problem right there for Lego that they have now just dodged. But the sniper's up once again, and let's hope Dr. Phil doesn't get body shot this time around. Looks like the sniper has been called as well, so no reason that should work.
Yeah, I think... maybe it just takes 3 times for Dr. Phil to run straight onto a sniper sight line, but there's a lot of aggression from Lego. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's a massacre. Nice kill binds. You're going to make sure that you thwart any further attempt and getting some more sick frags, so lowering the potential morale for Yippee there.
Yeah,
and once again, Demul's gone sniper now, so he's responded in the way that I'd like him to. And let me see if he's going to get some sick domes. I can feel it in my waters.
See, some soldiers jumping in very aggressively right now, and oh my God, immediately Demul having an impact. He didn't jump by a soldier though. Yeah, does get no, he doesn't get taken down. Oh my God, and the Uber is up and everything for Lego. Tiger just kills 2 people though. That should be kind of sketchy now for Lego. Can he take a 3rd one? He can. And can he take a 4th one as well? No, Dr. Phil gets him, but Maris will follow up on the kill.
Yeah, this is, so interestingly, Maris has actually gone off Sniper, and he's now playing Scout again, but I believe that might just be because, well, they've almost won this first round. It's looking quite dire for Lego on this one.
Yep, they have 5 seconds to get on the point.
Yeah, he's on 85% Uber as well, so there is a chance that he'll get it beforehand. Domo jumps in straight away, both scouts following up and both of the solids as well, but Arctic Foxes, they are quite well renowned in the art of standing on the point.
Indeed. Lego, I think they're going to have to figure out a way to counter the sniper better going into this one. Marusy's going to just go right back to playing sniper to the middle, and then they're going to keep playing feeling
Jamal's on sniper as well, so it's going to be a sniper v sniper joust of the ages. It's like the Agent Smith versus Neo all over again. We're going to get a peek on both of them, and I feel Jamal's going to win this because I've looked into the scrolls. But whilst that's happening, Tiger kills Josh on the flank, and he's starting to go a little bit too far forward. There's going to be a scout that's kind of weak as well. DD5F is sitting onto Jamal as well, and he does take him out, so that's the sniper factor taking out the game almost immediately. Ali as well, he's hitting the mad pipes. I wish I could hit those like I used to.
Yeah, Marus hit like he only hit a single body shot, but it was actually enough to completely take down the flank for Josh. He hit Josh with that body shot, and then Josh got killed almost immediately after that. Opened up the flank for everyone, and then that just opened the floodgates for everyone to just come on through and flank Lego, and then he just got completely overwhelmed. And right now they're stuck in an uber disadvantage. How would you play this as Lego? Like you're at an uber disadvantage here, right? You have to push somehow.
Yeah, you'd have to go for this whole suicide, but it may not necessarily work. Raptor is forced at the end. Ali getting 3 PH-AT frags, and it's just Dr. Phil and Yippee that are sitting in the far lowly corners of the base, building that Uber up. Maros he's kind of holding, well, quite far forward now, so he's very, very close on the left side. Arctic Fox is looking probably to try and get an early pop out of them and then just fall back. And that has happened. Dr. Phil bitch pops maybe at the start through main. So this is a very dangerous position because they're kind of like all over anywhere. The multis happen so much and the Ubers run out. So now Feeling and Tiger can now sort of double up, but Tiger fortunately isn't able to save Feeling from the death grip of Josh, I believe. And at the moment,
Domo got dropped there in that Uber. That made it all a lot less effective. So Lego, they do get the point, but they don't really get a whole lot of kills. They can't really chase forward very much. And Tiger wins another duel against DP. So just continues. Can he? Oh my God, he wins another one.
Yeah, it's at the moment there is a lot of aggression from Arctic Foxes.
Jumping in high. We know what
Here we go.
Means.
He hit him
every time.
He hit him with the garden trowel on Taken. Dr. Phil out of the game.
Yeah, just every single. He's so effective with this, and this is a pretty good market garden map. So just immediately taking advantage of that. It's a very good job. And Dr. Phil, is this the third time he dropped on this map?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said he offers stability. Strong and stable is not his motto.
Strong and stable.
That's a political meme. The best ones. It shows me that I'm mature.
I don't get that, but they're just going to go in very aggressively, almost like a suicide wave, but they've actually pushed everyone back and gotten a lot of kills, so they do get the point eventually, but they don't get a force out, so a medium success here.
Yeah, it's pretty, again, it's so aggressive.
Oh, Domo jumps in now. It's his turn. Oh my God, what a sink. Raptor just dies immediately. I think it's just both medics that are not really living up to the strong and stable
yeah, it is Viaduct. It's literally just a DM fest on this map. So, like as a medic, you are literally put to the test in terms of positioning and everything else and survivability, because the Ubers are sort of like so important because there's obviously only one cap to fight for. So anytime there's an advantage, you are going to be jumped on. DD5F goes straight onto Dr. Phil. Yeah, forces the Uber with a Goomba Stomp on. No, it does no damage, but I like to pretend it does. It does get taken out as well, so it's a good force anyway. It's going to put them back on, well, they're going to get a little bit of advantage, but there's going to be more aggression.
Nice
oh my goodness,
Maros.
Josh does collect him as well.
So Josh is kind of looking maybe to go behind lines, but look at this, Raptor and Ali just fighting this, but no,
goodness.
Here comes Josh, just putting the hammer down, taking everyone down, but so many people are dying from both teams, and that will favor the attacking team, which is blue Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, it's honest. It's messier than my underpants at this moment in time. Such is the way of Viaduct. We're going to have Tiger's going to be sitting on the point trying to get some more cap time. It's pretty much almost even now. It's like about a 20-second advantage. Domo hitting the mad pipes again, and is it demu that's going in deep? He does get body shot in the air, so he's incredibly weak at the moment on the flank and does get taken out by Tiger. So at the moment there is no heavies apart from, well, there's Josh just on the team for Lego. Dr. Phil does get popped whilst I was saying this. DD5F gets the force and starts to go to the flank.
Yeah, DD at this point he just got the medic once, and that's going to be enough to just instill the respect in Dr. Phil to just insta pop on it. And just the pressure right now on Lego by Arctic Fox is just so well executed. And I don't know, I thought they were doing really well, but all of a sudden they have overextended a little bit, spread themselves too thin, and now I think it's going to be Lego's turn to move forward here and try to get the point as best as they possibly can. 2 scouts are very far forward though.
Dr. Phil is, he's doing it. He's walking into the sight lines again, and it is making my butt clench so much. Oh my goodness. He's lucky to sort of get away with that one. Raptor does Uber quite early. It doesn't really sort of make so much of a difference as long as they collect the frags and make sure they fall back. Feeling is on the flank and he gets 2 frags, so he's actually showing his scout prowess. Ali hits Domo with the sign to say, you're not good at this game.
They're going to throw everything on here as a last-ditch effort, but it's not quite enough. That's going to be a second round, and they're looking pretty safe these rounds. Lego, they really need to up their game right now.
It's just... the aggression is just mad. Demol at the moment just seems to be not into this at all. Like, all his aggression on the flank just seems to be completely thwarted. Josh is actually doing quite well, but it seems like he's just on his own with the aggression, and there's no sync up with any of the players. But we're going on to possibly one of the final mids for Lego if they do not turn this around.
The flank and gets demolished by Josh. Nice shot there from Josh. Second soldier again coming in here, and gets taken down as well, but DD's onto the medic. Oh, he's going to get Dr. Phil again, and after taking down Potato. Nice shot again by Josh. Josh hitting like 3 air shots in just this short amount of time. Really well done by him, but eventually the mid's going to go to Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, I've said it time and time again, the aggression isn't being dealt with. Tiger just running in for the flank is a bit of a DM donkey play. But he was made quite a bit of space, thwarting a bit more of any aggression from the Lego side, and they just seem to just take over the point almost immediately, and Lego can only respond until after that's all happened. Demul has gone back to soldier. He's trying to get round to the flank. Tiger, he's chasing him down like a rabid dog, and oh my goodness, the meat shots, he completely smashes him. Potato, he's going to get...
He's going in with the counter aggression, pops up the demo. Can he get the skybox shot? No, he cannot, but Domo will eventually get taken down by what I believe was a roller. And Lego, once again, they have been completely rebuffed.
That is just... It's so unfortunate. Like, Demul is just getting absolutely pounded anytime he tries to go behind. Anytime he snipes as well. DD is just on him so much. He's literally just being taken out of this game.
Yeah, he's not even going to bother with Sniper. So Lego, they go in very aggressively right now. And the Ubers have been popped, but the Uber is definitely favoring Arctic Foxes right now, and they are getting the kills to show for it. Feeling even with the shotgun here on Viaduct. When was the last time you saw that? A soldier with a shotgun on Viaduct, but yeah, there's a full forward hold right now going on for Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, when you're so dominant, as you're setting the pace, you can get away with running shotgun because... Yeah, you're not really having to be aggressive, you're not really having to worry about a sniper because it's shut down so much. Potato's gone pyro in response to the forward hold. Is he able to press his mouse 2 button? Unfortunately not, he didn't press and hold it, that's what he did wrong. And he gets taken out as well. Dr. Phil, Tiger's just running through spawn, he's going to pick up Yippee as well, I believe. Oh, Demorse comes in and saves Yippie's life. He could be his hero, baby. And this is... There's no time from Lego at all on the point. They're going to pull off a miracle.
Yeah, they are going to find an opening on the left side and just come out here basically for free. But here we go. It looks like Domo's going to jump in aggressively once again. And this time around he does not find any kills. He does pop the Uber, but Dr. Phil is just going to have to run for his life now. And there's still a lot of Lego players in there. Josh jumps the demo man with his equalizer. That actually only does 65 damage and not 195, so not really too effective there, but I guess he was just trying to die as fast as possible. And Lego, they get one more shot at this, otherwise this map is over.
Yeah, I would have to make a premonition. I don't think it's going to be good based on how this game's been going, but in terms of my role that I'm meant to be hyping this game, I'm sure they can Dr. Phil is going to have Uber. He's incredibly low, gets it just in time, so he does have to Uber pretty much straight away. But Maris and Tiger are pretty much just going for the flank. They tag team it. Oh my goodness. They completely routed. Tiger's coming in back in from the flank, kills one. He gets another as well. Oh my god, and he gets...
Oh my god, how did you get that last hole?
That was Maris that got that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It looked like, oh, fat meat, but it wasn't so fat. But he did get a third. So, but that flank, they got crushed as soon as Lego went in. There was just 3 players who just burst through the flank, and then that was it. They just had 3 players out of the game. Like, well, actually, I think it was just 2. So, they read it perfectly.
But, like, just the flank overpowering Lego's flank, it was just very key there. It really goes to show that it just seems like the scouts are so much stronger right now for Arctic Foxes. I'm sure that the logs will probably show something to that extent. Let me find those, but yeah, it definitely seemed to be kind of the winning edge going in here from Arctic Foxes when you have these very scout-dependent maps like Viaduct.
It was very filthy, this game. It just looked like, I mean, at the start, Lego kind of were in it. They did kind of put up a fight. But afterwards, they just seemed completely lost. They couldn't respond. Demul, I mean, calling people out is always something I find funny. I mean, I'm not going to do the EverX thing and just say that a team's shit for no reason. But Demul had a weak game. You know, I will... 5 in 18 isn't what you expect, and his sniping was weaker than usual. But I would have to say credit to DD, he did a good job on shutting it down, but obviously when you sort by frags, it's going to be a telling tale with Tiger sitting there at top. 25 kills and 19 assists. That is a KAD of 4.4, and that is a large number. Yeah,
and his damage per minute is higher than his average, and his average was monstrous, as we saw in the pre-game. It is Viaduct. Everyone's damage per minute is going to be very, very high, and actually the number one. Do we have logs up on the stream yet?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Fantastic, man. Production is so good. But yeah, Domo is the number 1 damage dealer on the whole server with 429. That's really good. And then Ali is right behind him there. So just the demo men really showing their worth here. But yeah, Domo, he dived in a lot and he got a lot of work done and he forced a lot of Ubers, but no, it just wasn't quite enough to allow his team to win in the end.
Yeah, I kind of felt like it was Domo and Josh versus the world, if I'm honest. They were doing like a lot of work. Josh as well, especially, was getting quite a few sort of like key frags, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling anything from their scouts. They just seemed to be kind of like completely nullified, obviously, by maybe the by Tiger most of the time. I mean, Tiger had 10 frags on enemy scouts in total, which is ridiculous considering nobody else came close to that. Domo was with 6. CF, I mean, Potato and Yippee only killed, well, Potato killed 2 scouts all game, Yippee killed 4, so that is... They couldn't. Yeah, they had no response to it at all.
Yeah, indeed. I can't count how many times that we just saw Tiger win as scout 1v1. Like it was very often like a scout duel that they lost. Right? It wasn't just that like a soldier hit like Potato for 112 and then Tiger just finished the round. It wasn't even that. They were just straight up losing a fight.
Interestingly enough as well, like when you look at the healing spread, I mean Tiger's not even sitting there with the most heals. He's only on 16%. Potato was only 500 heals behind. Yippee had more heals, but Tiger was still able to do like a lot of work. I mean, you would have thought with a KAD like that, and what it was able to do, it had a lot more percentage of the heals, but Feeling on Scout had
he
more.
Can't help himself. He's too much of a pocket.
Yes, he just pressed forward and there was no response from it. It's like, I don't know, going into this map though, that was such a dominant performance. I mean, I would have favoured Lego, but now I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I will say, I think Lego can definitely mount a comeback here, and this is a map that's much better suited to their playstyle. I think Product is very much one of the weakest map for Lego with this Scout matchup that we have.
But, I mean, I definitely would sort of favour Lego on this, but based on that performance, I mean, yes, Viaduct wouldn't be the favoured map, but you would have thought that they'd put up a better fight than they did. I mean, like, it's a rout. at the moment. Like, their confidences are going to be high, whereas Arctic Foxes, they're going to be feeling pretty good. And quite a few of the players, I mean, Tiger especially is quite a confidence player, so like being able to sort of go from pounding on the first map and maybe carrying on to this map, I just don't see how LEGO can respond unless they sort of address the problem.
Yeah.
Face
Speaking of confidence, this is Snakewater was the map that LEGO lost 5-0 against 7. So
yeah,
you know, this could very much be haunting them. You know, I have a feeling that either LEGO's gonna pull out like this really tight win, or otherwise we're just gonna get crushed 5-0 again.
Yeah, I think
that seems to be.
I guess this was this LEGO's pick? I guess it was.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes me wonder why they would pick this when they got completely rolled against 7. Considering that the previous 2 maps in that series were just won or lost by 1 round, and then they pick the map that they got pounded 5-0 on. So
it could have something to do with having slightly different rosters, and I know LEGO will often just have like what map do we like playing on, and then they'll pick that. And you know, maybe last week a bunch of the stand-ins didn't like Snakewater, whereas like maybe Domo does like it, and Yippee.
I do have to question teams and players that actually like Snakewater, to be honest, but never mind.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's an okay map, I will give it that, but it's very much a map that it's very good for snipers, and it's a map that can both be dominated by soldiers, especially in mid, and then scouts can also have a really good impact. It's a map that's very easy to kind of circumnavigate the flank, like run around the enemy team. You often see scouts run like behind the enemy team as they push in through saw. They'll just run in through grass and start backcapping. So you always have to keep your mind on that. And then hopefully Demo can step up his sniper. He went 1 for 5 on sniper on Prague, but here we go. This could be the last map of LEGO season. So hopefully they can put on a show here and take it to the 3rd map. But we will see how they manage to perform.
Yeah, I'm gonna favour Arctic Foxes. I think it could possibly be another 5-0 roll. I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. Both demos arrived to mid. At the moment, the position is pretty much standard. I wonder if is Josh running a horn? No, he's not. Demo is going to be the one that jumps in. Josh follows him, but oh my goodness, I think Tiger actually meat shot him, completely destroying all the momentum. That is insane. I think it was a meat shot, but my goodness, Yippee gets taken out as well. So there's going to be 3 players left on LEGO with their tails between their legs. Are going to be scuttering away as they lose the first mid. This is not a good start. And oh my goodness, feeling Dr. Phil's going to get caught out as well, but Potato helps him, and an arrow from Dr. Phil saves him.
Yeah, indeed, that was really, really close. It was very clutch by Potato to save it there, but still an overextension by Domo is going to make it almost completely impossible to actually save this point without using Uber. And as I say that, everyone's just backed off. I thought the Arctic Foxes were going to be a lot more aggressive, so I was wrong there.
I mean, they probably, well, they lost 2 players, so that will probably understand it. But Josh goes in with the solo Uber.
And together with Josh, it's going to cause a very early pop there. So pretty much even Ubers when otherwise Arctic Foxes could have milked that Uber quite a bit. But LEGO, they're going to move backwards here, and they're going to be setting up in saw. And there's actually a lot of aggression coming in here. Domo, along with his pocket soldier, taking down a lot of players, and Josh even getting DD.
Tiger's gone sniper as well, so not Maros this time. Tiger's feeling it. Taking out, well, just throwing some body shots out, you know, just getting a feel for it. He's being pressured down quite aggressively by Potato. He swaps away SMG and he's doing so much damage on this. He's almost took him out. And oh my goodness, yeah, 90 LG in chat, boys. This is a superior game. It's not Quake Champions. I mean, this game was alive once. That's just been permanently dead. Got him.
Yeah, in Saw we saw some scouts almost running into Tiger, and there's actually a very aggressive player coming in from LEGO. But no, Dr. Phil drops again. Tiger missing a lot of shots, but he hits the one that really counts.
Domo.
LEGO, they're actually getting so many kills anyway. What the hell?
Yeah, Domo did like an insane amount of damage, like just going forward with the stickies and threw out some, what I can only describe as some very well predicted rollers, which was able to take out Raptor then. And Josh is just sitting on last.
Well, it's the classic drop your Uber and then just win.
Yep.
Classic.
Yeah, it's the that's the one straight from the playbook, I can tell.
Yeah, LEGO, I like their very aggressive push there. They had a slight Uber advantage, perhaps. They had been building really well, so they just took the chance and let's just say it worked out, even though I don't think it worked out the way they thought it would. So here we go, another mid. Let's see, both demo men are pretty fast, and Ali has taken slightly more damage, it would seem. There's been a soldier sent behind. He's going to come in now. He has been spotted, however, but the soldier comes in from the other side as well, and LEGO, they're just pushing across the point right now, but somehow they're not really doing the damage that they need, and this is just collapsing all this, what I thought was looking very promising aggression, and it's just gone.
Yeah, Raptor did so well to keep himself alive. He was just hopping around like a animal.
Like a little kangaroo.
Maybe a kangaroo? I was thinking something more majestic, but I couldn't think of anything. Anyway, back to the game. Yeah, he did well to keep himself alive. It looks like LEGO are going to be pressuring second to not let them get it for free. There's not enough pressure to really make Raptor force, and he does. He's being left alone, but he's holding it again. Is he going to drop? Oh my goodness. Oh,
yeah, Phil is in here. Like, he can't quite get there in time to save Potato, but here comes the counter Uber. And oh my god, nice jump out there by Ali. Actually makes it out through the window, and LEGO, they don't quite have enough heals to actually make it out here alive, and this is going to leave Arctic Fox with a tiny Uber advantage, and they're going to know it. So if they do any kind of arrow building, they can do it, but they're just going to go straight back in. Soldier jumps in very aggressively, doesn't even go for the medic, but both soldiers has gone down, but here comes the counter aggression from LEGO. They keep going forward, but no, now it's only Potato. Very nice re-push coming out here from Arctic Fox, is not waiting for Uber.
Yeah, oh my goodness, Raptors, like, I hate it. I get nervous when I watch Counter-Strike and, like, most games, to be honest, but when a medic is low HP, he still hasn't Ubered. Jesus Christ, honestly, my sphincter could, like, snap a steel pole. It hurts me. My hands are so sweaty now. But anyway, yeah, that was a really, really well-worked push from Arctic Foxes, in general. And
yeah, for the second time.
Yeah, as you pointed out as well, Ali getting out on that situation, just going straight through window, that's showing his jumping prowess, I guess.
Yeah, all those years of doing jump maps paid off. Paid off, baby. It's paid off before, obviously. There's a fight in here. Demore tried to go behind, but there was a soldier and a scout waiting for him in there, so he got completely predicted. That's going to leave a huge advantage for Arctic Foxes. We have a soldier trying to go onto Raptor, but he doesn't even hit a single rocket. So I think that was just a suicide for Josh to try and buy time for his team to get out. And they have gotten out, but they need to go really far back in order not to be caught out, and they have done so. So good job by LEGO getting out.
At the moment, like, Arctic Foxes have won all mids, haven't they? Like, this is...
Yeah.
But the thing's, like, they're doing it so dominantly. They've literally taken mid and gone straight to second on every single round, I think. It's only obviously been the first round where they got pushed back, so, like...
Oh, we have a jump in. DD's patented jump in there. Doesn't quite get to the market gardener. I don't think he knew where the medic was.
Yeah, it does do a good job of actually getting that far. I was quite surprised. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure, like, 3 players walked underneath that. That is... Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they are now just desperately trying to actually make something happen. And Potato hits the unlikely shot on Ali. That's something, but that's a consolation prize. We have a 21 HP Domo, who's going to have to hold last, and he has no stickies on the point because he had to spawn swap. And here he comes. He actually makes it onto the point in time, but there's an Uber in his face. And an Uber is not very easy to kill, it turns out, and that's going to be enough for Arctic Foxes. So far, it really seems like the best way to push last is to just take second really convincingly. So it's not even like a last hold. It's just either a push out or just you just keep on rolling.
Yeah, it's those sticky. The thing is, it's like that's not even on Dr. Phil. That's on his team, because I'm pretty sure maybe like 2 or 3 players went underneath that sticky trap, and that's like quite heartbreaking.
Yeah,
makes me sad.
LEGO have been very passive right now. We actually see a feeling jump behind, and he just sets up an easy kill from Maros, who will get a second one very easily, and then a third one as well. Just cleaning up. That was actually Tiger stealing that one. So just a nice soldier aggression there from LEGO. Oh no, sorry, from Arctic Foxes, and LEGO wasn't able to deal with it, and Maros will get a third one here on Josh. See, just Josh trying to go in, and oh no, Dr.
Oh
Phil
wow,
doesn't make it out. Can he? Can you survive? No way.
Oh, feeling what an absolutely fantastic precise rocket there. Oh.
That was clutch. Yeah, Ali was beefing it.
That was all feeling. That was.
Yeah, well spammed. As here comes the Uber in, and once again, there's no proper setup here. No heals coming out from LEGO. They do have a heavy on this point, and there we go. Like, nobody's dying from LEGO. This is actually really crucial. And Domo with a nice pipe here, and he's gonna have stickies on the point. There we go. Heavy is too good. And that was the first failed last push of this map, so hey, it is possible to fail this.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's a mantra I always say when you're pushing snake water last, which is shoot the poot, and the poot weren't shooted then. That caused a massive problem. The poot on snake water last is probably the most heartbreaking thing, though, when you sort of like, you just don't take the time to see what they've got, and you're kind of like caught out by the poot, and it's just heartbreaking. Raptor, yeah, it's gone Crits Krieg. Ali has put his stickies in a bucket.
Yeah, Tiger's on sniper as well. He's gonna just force Dr. Phil to pop it very early if he wants to be safe. He's already dropped through a lot of snipers so far, so maybe he's scared, but yeah, there we go. He does indeed have it pop. And at this point, LEGO, they will take this middle pretty convincingly, and they even get Maris and Didi. But, you know, I have a feeling we're going to see a repush coming out with this Crits Krieg. It's kind of like the perfect setup.
Oh, here we go. I predict a 6k.
Oh, gets one. Gets Jocelyn.
I predict a 6k.
Oh, he's so close. Oh, he got 2. So only 4 to go. Hits a nice pipe onto a scout. Feeling will follow up on Yippee. And here comes the scout. He's fighting against the 90 LG again, and he will fall to it. And it's just Wool and Dr. Phil. So the Crits Krieg worked. It wasn't quite 6k, but
I think it was kind of a cringe Krieg, though. You know, it was on the cusp. Could have been better. Yeah, he's put some sticky. Oh wow.
No. Oh, that's.
Oh my goodness.
That's so basic. You don't want to make those kind
of. Yeah,
mistakes.
that is very basic. That is soul destroying, though. You know, that is just like. Jesus Christ. He has a family.
Yeah, you never want to fall to that one. That's, okay, because you can just predict that.
I can imagine like that the comms are getting pretty colored at that point.
Scouts
I think that's the only
aggressively
time.
Here. Gets taken down. Gets taken down. Okay, finally, but Maris. It was just all a big distraction, and they distracted for so long that the Crits Krieg came in. Dr. Phil does manage to get in time, but Domo will get taken down by Ali. So a lot of players are down for LEGO, including that Demo Man, which means that at any point it will be like they could just switch to pressuring the point. But, a lot of pressure is being put on here.
Ali isn't going to give this up. He's putting a lot of pressure onto LEGO and Lobby right now. I mean, they do have well, the crits advantage isn't really in their favour because there wasn't really a lot of healing going on, so it's going to be quite narrow. I imagine that we might see Didi, or I'd like to see Didi sort of like go in, just try and get a force onto LEGO, make them use the Uber early, maybe. The thing is, the only problem I think they've got is that they've got a sniper, and a sniper and crits they don't really work well together.
Yeah.
So they're making it very difficult for them, but having said that, you never know, they could make it work in their own special way.
There we go. He sent some things across the point, but Josh will get taken out by Tiger. So.
Oh dear. It's happening.
Oh my god, Tiger. That was the real threat all along.
Yeah, he is. That's the real play. He's brought out the pound sterling, and he's hitting him around the face of it. Gets 2 nice frag. It's the engineer down, so that sentry is still going to be alive though. So I'd like to see him focus it. Where's the dispenser? He hasn't built one. That's going to be critical for his team. They're getting in through the left side pretty much for free now. Didi's getting taken out, and so does Maris as well. So this could be all she wrote for this push, as Arctic Foxes are going to be scattering their way out of here. Tiger's still feeling confident with his long-range sniper weapon.
I'd love to see a banner here on Dr. Phil, but Tiger again taking down another scout, and there we go. The Crits Krieg's about to come in, I assume. Ellie's so weak though. Maybe they have to take someone else. Domo takes down 2 players.
My goodness.
And it might just be too late, but
it's very cluttered in that lobby. I think that's sort of like the problem here and why they got taken out. There's a lot going on, and when they were entering to lobby there was like 2 players weak as well, so they just kind of feel like they need to take their time a bit more. But they have taken out that sniper threat.
Oh wow, Yippee once again gets taken down by a pipe. And here comes the Uber out for LEGO. They need to take down a lot of players, otherwise this Crits Krieg is going to be extremely dangerous for them. And they haven't really been able to do that. And here comes the Crits Krieg, and everyone's just scattering from the point for LEGO, and so far they're actually doing a really good job of it.
Oh my goodness, Raptor. Oh, he finally gets taken out. Jesus Christ, that was some... He stayed alive so long, but they could easily just collapse back onto LEGO here. It's just Dr. Phil is going to go out through lower. I predict he'll die. He does. I'm a prophet. Yippee is just the last one alive. He's scutting around in the lobby. Domo just spawned as well. To be honest, Domo's been really impressive this game. Like, he's clutched it so many times. He's really sort of like dragging LEGO through the dirt here. Demul, again, he just seems to be non-existent. That's another map potato. He's gone spy. Is it to check? No, looks like he's just checking. Yeah, he's just checking.
Yeah. As is predict. What happened to Ali?
He died.
Well, can we get some info on this? What happened?
He passed.
Fell to a clumsy, painful death, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, Demor's gone spy. He's going to be making his way through lobby. Is that Uber on Raptor? I believe it is. He takes out Tiger, so he's taking out the sniper threat almost immediately. He's on 9 HP, though. Can he continue to get more sick frags? Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that's a pretty sick frag right there.
Yeah, that was... some people would say that Raptor was unfortunate to surf there, but I can tell that Demor manipulated that fight to make him do it.
Yeah, there was like equations going through his mind here.
Exactly.
Mer's gonna go in there and die the fastest death I've ever seen. He saw Dr. Phil and then immediately died. So Lego, they're getting poised here to push out. I believe they do have a full Uber, and they even have Demor now on last. So
DD hasn't been spotted yet. He's sitting well. He's just underneath the fence. He's going to jump in now. He's going to be able to collect into team frags. He does do a really nice rocket jump. Dodges all of the incoming fire, but was unlucky to not get Dr. Phil there. Was finally collected as a frag when he hit the ground.
Yeah, important question. How would you push in here? Never mind. That's too late. Joss has gone in too far. As Lego, they were just super fast in here, and that was their answer to come, to circumnavigating the sniper and playing around that. But they haven't managed to get Tiger, and they didn't really get any kills out of this. They just lost Josh, and they got middle point for it. But they used an Uber for it as well. And Demor actually takes down the demo man there. Nice jump in there by him, and he's still on the prowl. Takes down a second one as well. Tiger will finish him off. But Lego, it looks like they should be in a pretty good position to contest this if they can just keep himself alive and get some nice heals in. Looks like that's not going to be the case, though. Josh going down, and so does Potato. So now it's just a matter of Philip being able to get out alive.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like maybe, well, I guess Tiger hasn't died, but I mean, he's having an impact on last, but it doesn't really seem to be benefiting his team, and I feel at the moment he can be doing a lot more on Scout than he can on Sniper, but unless we expect him to just kill himself and swap to Scout, we probably won't see that anytime soon. So maybe when Lego do kill him, they might not work in their favour. He does get a headshot, having said that.
Yeah, DD tried to get in, and there's actually very aggressively here. Demor tries to block them, but I don't know, some really aggressive jump in. And Maris will eventually take down Demor, and the Uber has been forced from both teams. And now we've often seen the Reapers coming out here from Arctic Foxes. They are one person up, and they're going to go into grass.
as well is behind at the moment, so this is actually this is going to be really awkward because at the moment Lego are trying to go through Saw Room, and while this is happening, DD now comes from Cheese. Oh my goodness, and he takes out Dr. Phil. That was such a well-worked push. Everybody sort of like just pushing together, but I don't know what Lego were doing when they were going to Saw Room.
Yeah, that was very odd. Demor's going to be on the right side. He takes down one, takes down the medic as well. So Demor putting up a defense here, but it's too much. That's going to be 3-1 in favor of Arctic Foxes. And Lego, they still have not won a single medal. Let's hope. Like last time we saw Demor go into the Saw Room or the kitchen. What's it called? Yeah, kitchen. And he just got predicted so hard. So, what would you like to see out of Lego? How can they improve these mids?
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they just need to go balls deep and just delay it a little bit. Just sort of maybe go in a little bit later. Wait for everybody on Arctic Foxes to get sort of built up. I mean, we see here Demor has gone into kitchen, but he just gets taken out by Tiger. Tiger is just chasing him down like constantly. He's literally got a mark on his head.
Denied as well. He's been taken down, and this is looking really bad for Lego once again. Just these soldiers, they just get denied so hard and taken down in 1v1 by scouts.
But
seems to be
they're playing so like discoordinated from like the team. I mean, like going through kitchen is fine, but you kind of have to like do something, and your team has to do something to sort of like act on that.
Tiger's on the prowl. He wants this medic, but there's a soldier in his way. Actually, two now, so he's gonna back off.
Normally, like when you send a soldier through kitchen, like that would be like a cue for your team to sort of like start going forward, or your team to be very passive to like, you know, maybe use them as a bit of distraction. You're hoping like players will turn around to try and hunt down that soldier through kitchen, but I don't know, like when Demor went through, Josh went aggressive, it just doesn't seem to be synced up so well, and like nobody else was doing it either. It's like they're just pinning everything on their soldiers, and there doesn't seem to be as much follow-up from the scouts. I mean, for me, the scouts have been kind of invisible in this game for Lego.
Yeah, they haven't had too much of an impact, but Yeah, we'll see him. It looks like we have Potato on Sniper. He's just going to try and clear out the lobby. Looks like he has succeeded in doing that. Everyone's just huddle up against the wall. There was sort of spots that he can actually go in there, but yeah, Maris will actually go down, and Dumul tries to get everyone to panic and get a pop out of it, but that's not going to work. DD's going to jump in pretty aggressively here. Oh, no, he just gets, let's call it an air shot by the pistol, and gets taken down. And Feeling is almost dead. Oh my god, survives on 18.
Yeah, this at the moment this is just working into Arctic Fox's favour, just playing very passive. Yeah, Potato is starting to creep his way into lobby a little bit more just to see if they can get him any room. All they need is a pick, and that'll be the mark to go. Raptor. Yep, that is the pick that you need, but this could also go the wrong way because, as we saw previously in the first round, Dr. Field dropped and his team won the round. It could very well happen here, but it should have happened by now.
But that is what happened.
Yeah, we've got some hiders. Raptor is sitting above the door there, hoping that nobody would check this ever common spot. He does start to go in through lower, so I'm not quite sure if they're going for the back cap, but his back was turned, and he does get some meat shots on him. Tiger does so much damage though, with it being a 2v1. But it's unlucky not to get any frags there. That could have been tasty. Feelings running the well, both players are actually running the battalions back up, so both pockets are running it.
Yeah, it seems to be the standard these days to just have pockets run the battalions back up on defense. And it's actually the first time we've seen it from Josh this map, I think. Maybe it's happened once before, but it hasn't happened quite enough for my taste. But I'm glad he does it again. They will get forced here. Tiger's going to be the one to force that, I believe. And here comes the banner from Josh. He doesn't want a recap.
I know it's from Feeling that used the banner first.
My bad. So that's going to be the cue for him to go in there. Gets a nice fat rocket on the Potato who's trying to get out, but he can't quite do it. And I suppose Josh doesn't have his yet. Yeah, he's desperately spamming right now. Hoping to get it, and I think he just got it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he's tooted the horn, maybe a little bit prematurely like I normally do, but never mind, he does actually use it because Arctic Fox is starting to push him, but he's going against an Uber. At least he's going to have some survivability, but his team's not going to be able to do that much against it. Almost hits an air shot on Ali, and he does keep himself alive just hiding onto the catwalk, but unfortunately he does get taken down, so that's 2 frags and 2 players down fresh for Lego right now. 2 frags for Arctic Fox's Tiger. Looks like he was going to go in, trying to push the boundaries a bit.
I think he's waiting for his team.
Up though. Shoot the Poot. The Poot has got the Natasha as well, so players are going to be slow.
Look at that.
Uber just in time though, so that has really sort of saved them, but it is going to be dangerous if Arctic Foxes go for a repush and just trying to focus the point.
Yeah, I think they're 1 player down, or they're 2 players down, so I think they're just going to wait for the Uber advantage to kick in. Wait for it. Lego, they're going to go forward here, trying to abuse the amount of time that they're still 1 up. And they are putting time on the point here, so I really like this repush out here. You know, it's not going to be very long until there's an Uber, so just getting this 1 point between them and their last point is a really smart move. So it's a great push out here by Lego, but here comes the counter push from Arctic Foxes. And Josh is actually onto the medic here on grass.
Ooh. Yeah,
nice hold by Raptor.
That is quite important because they're going to have Uber to go for a last push. Dr. Phil will probably get it just in time though, because they were building whilst that was all going on. It depends, Arctic Foxes, if they really sort of work out how much Uber advantage they have. Dr. Phil is sitting on 95%, so it's going to be dangerously close. Nobody's playing on the point, and a horn is popped from Feeling, so this is going to nullify some of the incoming damage from this Uber.
Oh
that Lego popped off Tiger. Jesus Christ, he gets Potato in the midst of all that. It gives him an owned in chat. Maris is just sitting on the point. There isn't really much contest going on, and they do cap it. That I believe that banner could, well, pretty much won that. They took very, very little damage with it being popped off, and it seemed to last forever.
Yeah, it's surprisingly a long time that it lasts, unlike some other things. So it really is probably the winning factor right there. Also, Tiger just hitting some ridiculous flick shots.
Yeah, that was just disgusting.
That was nasty. Yeah. Here we go, another mid. It's 4-1, so there's 8 minutes left. Lego can definitely still come back. They're going to have to do better, and they do start out really strong by taking down DD, who's trying to go behind. Looks like going into kitchen is a no-no on these mids, and Lego, they will take their first mid off of this. Just question is, can they push any further forward? They do have a 1-man advantage, and they're going into grass right here. Yeah, they're being very aggressive. But Potato has now capped, so he can join the fight as well.
They're pushing through grass. At the moment, Lego have gotten a lot of room at the moment. Domo is starting to move forward. Gets a lot of spam. Does take out Raptor as well, so that's going to be absolutely fantastic. It does, believe, hit. Ooh, that was really close. Potato stole that air shot. Somebody, oh my god, what a dickhead.
Somebody report.
Kick him. reporting to ETF2L for racist abuse in chat. The only thing you can do.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. I think LEGO, they're just going to move in here. They have quite a lot of players, and yeah, they are in. I think they're getting ready to go on the play. They're just going to bomb onto it, but Ali, he has his stickies there. He gets 2 nice sticky kills right here, and I think, he gets Dr. Phil as well. And he's even looking for this one soldier. Can he get him? No, he hits a nice pipe on him, so he basically got him. That's a complete wipe for LEGO, and great hold. They were a little bit too eager to get on the point. I guess they didn't see the stickies.
Yeah, that was... yeah, that was pretty. That was a good defense from Ali. That was kind of unfortunate for LEGO. They just needed to focus him. If they did, then that would have been it. It would have just been over. Yeah, it's kind of difficult in Snake Water as well. The spawns weren't really in their favour because by the time that Ali managed to buy his team some time, the spawns were up and the whole thing just collapsed. Domo is absolutely pounding though.
Yeah, slight uber advantage on Arctic Foxes. And at this point, LEGO, they need to kind of hurry up at this point. They have 6 minutes to take 3 rounds and make it into an overtime.
Yeah, Potato was sniping as well, so I guess they're going to try and hope and work for a pick, because when the team's got no intention of pushing, it does make it a lot harder. He's using the Machina. Although that is
LEGO, they're just going to take the uber fight right now and just trying to get Ubers out of the way and then maybe go for it. They're going to jump in Soldier into the Skyrocket, maybe behind. Oh, actually, it goes out through the window. Very, very smooth.
Yeah, DD's gone behind and nobody's seen him. He's going to jump onto mid right now, but he's trying to... Oh my goodness, it goes in through kitchen. Nobody saw that. That was really well played by DD. Literally, just as soon as the Ubers popped, just aggress forward, and that is sort of just won that engagement for them. Oh my goodness, Raptor. Oh my goodness, and Yippie's there as well. That is... Oh, that is embarrassing. That is just like playing with your food at this point in time. But
yeah, Ali's gonna jump forward. Can he get it again? No, there will be some spawners in time. So no more spawn camping for him. He's just gonna back off here. And LEGO, they got quite a lot of spawners. Oh, Josh is on the Huntsman. Do you think he gave up? Do you think he's tilted?
I don't think we've entered garbage time though. So it possibly if he's a tilting kind of player, then yeah, maybe it might have been a mistake. Could be a possible tilt right now. I'd imagine it is, to be honest. Looking at this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say that much.
For some reason, I feel like I can read the body language of these players' models, and it looks like they're dejected. As
Ali's jumping in very aggressively here. Can he get the air pipe?
Tiger steals it.
And report again. And Ali dodges an air shot himself, but that's gonna make it 5-1. With 4.5 minutes remaining. This is basically impossible now for LEGO, so almost that time, but you know, they can still win some mid fights. They're kind of lacking on that department.
I feel like this is actually garbage time, and it looks like LEGO have also sensed that it's garbage time, and I feel like there's going to be a ban coming because they are running 2 spies to mid.
You are allowed to have 2 spies.
Are you?
Yeah, you are. That's one of the few classes. So this is very much special tactics. Like if this works, right?
This is like I can tell this is a playbook. This is NFL kind of stuff. You know, they have been studying this for ages. They will not see the 2 spies. Demul goes straight onto Raptor, does hit him once with a revolver. Unfortunately, Raptor is wise to it. I feel like he senses double spy play coming. But Potato, he is still behind. He's disguised as an enemy scout. Oh. Does he expect the dead ringer? Yes, he does, because Potato uses it right in front of Tiger. And this is all she wrote. I don't know who she is, but she wrote it, and it's ended.
Yeah, she's not being kind right now. Domo jumps in, just sinks mares like crazy. Just, screw this guy in particular. Alright, here we go. Didi gets completely destroyed by Demul. Engineer is probably too strong of a class, to be fair. So, here we go. Some clutch behind. Did Dr. Phil just get like a bunch of saws to hold, and then he walks off point, and that's gonna be it. 6-1 as LEGO basically give up and save us from talking over a bunch of dead time. So a pretty convincing win here. 6-1, probably pretty deserved. I think that was a pretty good representation of how the game felt and went. Just the Scots were just too strong, I think.
Yeah, it just seemed like the constant aggression from Arctic Foxes just could not be thwarted. I really do feel like the scouts from LEGO probably got outplayed. Domo was or seemed like one of the, well, Domo on both maps seemed like the only player that really showed up across both of the maps. It seems like he was just keeping his team in like so many moments. I mean, he literally hit some insane pipes, and I just don't feel like I saw anything from the other players. Like, it was just like, where is this coming from? And I don't know, it just seems...
I think it is worth mentioning that Dumour seems to have come back a little bit, as he manages to top damage for Lego. He exactly has more damage than Domo, so we can definitely not write him off. And he also did some nice spy plays.
Like on a roaming, well, like a Roma on like a losing side, it can't, yeah. When you've lost this bad, I feel like as a Roma your damage is going to be inflated, and I still wasn't impressed. On mids he seemed lost. There just seemed to be no, yeah, it just doesn't seem to, they just don't seem to be coordinated. And it's weird because by the looks of things, Lego have actually been practicing. They've been playing consistently over like the past few weeks, whereas Arctic Foxes haven't been at all, I believe, because Raptor is practicing for LAN. So it seems like, yeah, I'm just very surprised. I mean, I kind of felt like Arctic Foxes would win if both of the scouts showed up, and they did. But I didn't expect them to win so convincingly. Yeah.
It was definitely the difference maker here. Both Potato and Yippee have negative KDs. And
I mean, Tiger again, like 27 kills, 19 deaths. That's a 4.2.
No, 11 deaths and 19.
Oh yeah, 11 deaths. He had like a 4.2 KD. Yeah, that is just insane. And they got out-fragged completely. 109 frags to 67. Well, I mean, obviously it's a 5-er roll, so you expect that, but jeez Louise. Dr. Phil dropped twice, Raptor dropped once. But yeah, it's just, I'm just sad. I was expecting to have a beautiful series of games going to 3 maps. Everybody would enjoy it. People would say, hey, nice meme.
Yeah, I can't recall a long stalemate in this entire 2-map series. So that didn't happen at all at any point. They were always being very, very active and trying to break everything and pushing on small advantages.
Well, I mean, like, you know, the first map was viaduct. You can't really do that, and this map was a roll, you know. So yeah, but it was just, oh my goodness. I think the mid fights, as well, as we pointed out multiple times, all the mids were won by Arctic Fox's bar 1. So yeah,
and that's where DD made the same mistake that Dumour had just made the mid before. So that was kind of funny, just running into kitchen and getting owned.
Yeah, I think it just seemed to be like Domo just seemed to be the only person that showed up for Lego, but on pretty much Arctic Foxes, everybody seemed to show up. I mean, nobody really played or made any sort of like disgusting mistakes. I mean, like Raptor dropped on viaduct, I think, from like holding an Uber for a bit too long that he shouldn't really have done. That's like the only thing that I can really pinpoint that was sort of like not really going their way from one of the players. Like everything else just seemed to be very, very well done. They all seem to be working well off each other. So yeah, it's a massive, like, it is, if I'm honest, it just seems to be like a complete, like, outplayed by Arctic Foxes in every way. There was no response from Lego, I felt.
As clever as those words are, I think we should hear from the people themselves. So I'm going to bring in Raptor and DD, and here they are. So congratulations, guys. Looked like a pretty safe win. How did that feel for you guys?
You know, it's nice. We expected a close game. But, you know, it feels nice that we actually played so well. I don't think anyone really, you know, didn't perform today. So yeah, we're really happy with our performance today.
We noted that you probably didn't have the most optimal warm-up. Did that affect you guys at all, or were you warmed up enough, do you feel, or is that something you need to improve on for the lower bracket finals?
Well, Raptor, do you want to tell them?
I just didn't have time for the warm-up, so I just came at 21, and like we talked about before the game what we want to do, and I think it was enough. But yeah, for the lower bracket final, I obviously want to be here for the warm-up of the lower bracket final.
Alright, can you talk to us about the map picks and map bans? Like, what were your picks and why did you pick them, and why did you ban the ones that you banned?
We banned Granary because we checked Lego's logs and they 6-1 low panther, like in the warm-up they had. And we didn't feel that confident on Granary to begin with, so we just decided that we're gonna ban it. And with products, I think we just always feel very confident because we have Maros who can snipe, and if he doesn't want to snipe, we have 2 amazing scouts, and I think scouts are obviously the most important part of product.
Yeah.
Do you feel oh, go on.
Oh yeah, you go.
Oh, thanks, mate. What did you think about how the game was going to go at the start? Did you expect it to be like this?
I don't think any one of us expected that it was that convincing. I don't think it was even that convincing. Like there were some situations where it was really close, and I'm happy that we actually showed up. And
I don't know what game you were playing, but the game I was watching, mate, definitely wasn't like convincing from Lego like at all.
yeah,
It just seemed like you guys were very aggressive and they didn't know how to respond to it. But like, did you expect it to be like this kind of like a... Well, I mean, like Viaduct, there were times when it looked a bit close.
Yeah,
until the last round. But even Snakewater, considering it was their picked. I mean, were you surprised that they picked it, considering they got slammed on it by 7 like last week?
I had no idea what they're gonna pick. Like, we would have been fine with any map they would have picked. There was no map where we would have said, oh fuck, why didn't we ban that instead or something.
Yeah, you were running Feeling on Scout quite a bit on Viaduct. Is that something you've done before? Or I don't recall the last time I saw Feeling on Scout.
Yeah, we've played with the idea and it kind of works out because Feeling likes to play close, and that's how I want Pocket Scout obviously to be. And I prefer to have 2 scouts on product over 1 roam or 1 pocket and then having the sniper. But yeah, I like it.
Alright, so let's look forward. You're now in the lower bracket finals going up against Low Panda. Low Panda had some very close games in basically all their matches, including against 7. So how do you think you're going to match up against them, and do you think you can win?
I think it's gonna be a close game. It was already a close game when we had Shocky. Not to shit talk Shocky, obviously, but obviously Tiger's improvement. He has played more with us, and I think he's just overall a better pocket scout than Shocky.
All right, and what are some things that you're looking out for on Low Panda? Like, what do you think their strengths are, and how do you... Like, don't tell us how to counter them, but like, what are the things you're looking out for?
I think they're just overall a good coordinated team. They know what they want to run, they know what they want to do, because they just played together for such a long time. And obviously they're a keen team. I bet I'm gonna get called out in Twitch chat that they're not keen at all, but I think their overall coordination is really good.
I think they're pretty keen. Like, if you ever watched Muki stream, they're actually like really serious about what they're doing, even though it might not look like they're serious. If they're like heavy shenanigans or whatever.
I mean, anyone that runs heavy to mid, you know they're taking the game seriously, because you don't do it because it's fun. That's for sure. But anyway. Yeah, alright. Has there ever been like a proper scout duel? Like, have you ever seen a 1v1 duel against Funds and Tiger? I want to know, who's like the best upcoming scout, you know?
Tiger.
Upcoming?
No one can beat Tiger. Tiger is just too good.
I don't think either of them are upcoming though, do you?
No, I'd say it's upcoming because he never played Scout before and now he just owns everyone, so maybe that's why it's upcoming. But I don't know, he likes to play heals, likes to play aggressive, and hits everything. I think that's a good combination for a Scout.
Yeah, I was surprised actually. I think we mentioned it, like how, well, even on Viaduct he didn't even take, like, I think he was quite far down on the heal distribution, so even if yeah, he's just aggressive, but he seems to do a lot more with heals instead of actually tanking them all and only playing and only going forward when he has a full buff all the time. It was quite surprising to see how little he actually had, despite, well, I thought that maybe him and Feeling wouldn't really sort of sync together because Feeling sort of takes a large portion of the heals, or used to, and Tiger might want to sort of take a large portion as well to go aggressive most of the time, but it seemed like that wasn't the case at all.
Yeah, I agree. Feeling used to take a lot of heals. He takes way less heals now, and I think people always like have him in the mind of the pocket that takes those 40% heals, which isn't true at all anymore. He's very adaptable to less percentage.
Yeah, I
heal
think that was
pocket.
like, what was it, like a season or two ago when they would just like constantly run shotgun and just be on 40% all the time, and like every time you Ubered in, like one of your players would guaranteed get dropped because it was just feeling all the time and nothing else. Yeah, that was, I was actually quite impressed to see that. Yeah, it was a lot more evened out. He was a lot more aggressive as well, which was really good, and he proved that he can play scout because he got like a 3k once, which was...
Yeah, that's all the evidence you really need.
Yeah, that's all you need. I mean, it's scout, isn't it? As long as you can point and shoot, you'll be the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also, like, I remember, we talked about, feeling he's going to take a lot of heals, and then we looked at the stats pre-game, and we were like, oh, wait, Josh takes more heals. Oopsie-doopsie. So, there's definitely been an evolution of the playstyle there, which is always cool to see. The metagame of TF2 is in constant flux, and that's one thing that's definitely changing.
I know it's probably a bit soon, but next season is the plan still to remain together, even and everything. Is there no sort of plans to sort of separate after the playoffs?
I'm not sure what Swift's plan is gonna be. I think it depends on what Swift wants to do after LAN. If obviously they want to play after LAN, I'll probably play with them. So I don't know what Arctic Foxes will do then.
ED, how do you feel about that?
Obviously, if Swift is just playing for LAN and then it folds,
but let's go to the focus of this. ED, how do you feel about that one of your players currently playing for your team would choose another team over yours?
I don't know. I can see why he would play with them.
Yeah, but there's no banny off LAN, is there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that because it's Raptor's decision at the end. Of course, I would have loved to like play with the full Arctic Foxes roster at LAN, but what can you do? We'll see what happens next season.
His ass. He's gonna be there, like physically.
Yeah, if you're gonna be there, he's gonna be there. After like LAN's over and it's done, you just fucking take him into the back and just rough him up. If you need a hotel room to do it in a bit more of an intimidating fashion, I'm there. I'm game. Don't let like just Banny fold another team. He's not even from Europe. And we all know that without Banny, that team's shit.
Ooh.
We're all
disagree with that.
I can tell I'm all thinking, and everyone's thinking it. It ain't just me.
You can think what you want. Telling it loud, like how it is.
Yeah.
It depends what Swift wants to do after I-61. If they want to stick together and get another pocket, I'll probably play with them.
Get out. That's what I can say. Do you have any more questions, Beta, to DD and this cretin of a player with no honor?
Jesus.
Yeah, I wonder what the shoutouts are. That's important to me.
Oh boy. Should I start then?
Yeah.
Alright, shoutouts to everyone who helped me during the Jump Jam competition. Shout out to Bubs, shout out to Smudgy, shout out to Tasha, and of course shout out to twitch.tv/Raptor00x.
Alright, and Raptor?
Shout out to Psycha, shout out to Shocky, shout out to Ellie for murking, shout out to Swift. If you want to help us come to I-61, we have a fundraiser which you can check out on teamfortress.tv. It's a sticky thread. You can donate for perks, but you can also just get our merch, get a cool hoodie with the Swift bird on it. Personally, already bought a hoodie. Hashtag sellout. But yeah, obviously shout out to you guys for casting, and shout out to Arctic Foxes. Oh, and shout out to twitch.tv/DD5F. You should also donate to him, as he has also an I-61 fundraiser. I'm done.
Alright, wonderful. Well, I'd just like to thank degu for doing wonderful production once again, and thank you to War for casting with me. You take us out, War.
I would like to say my shout-outs. Shout out to... I don't have any friends. Shit. Shout out to whoever's decision it was to let me cast. Also shout out to my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/WARHURYEAH. I'm also doing an I61 fundraiser, because why should I have to pay to go away when, you know, you guys out there will just do it for me because I told you to. I've got no perks apart from you get the maybe self-satisfaction, and I might sit and watch TV, you know, invite around my house at home together at some point. And shout out to Degu for producing. I'm sure you've you know, got most of the frags on stream, unlike what Gem does, which is miss 90% on them on purpose. And thank you everybody at home watching. You are the ones that truly keep TF2 alive. We will see you shortly. Is it tomorrow the next game? I don't know. I just assume it is, but there'll be another game at some point, so don't forget to smack that follow button, and we will see you next time. That is all.
Shout out to Adam.